Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my English show today. For a long time, I think about more than 1 week, I done dreaming for learning my English, and today I try to continue. I just have about 1 hour for learning English before I go to work because in this season I have a lot of things to do, and okay, we introduce. First time I introduce my streaming with three rings. First ring is my webcam. Second ring is my confidence video. If someone want to contact to me and want to talk to me, and the third is my sharing, my lesson sharing. Okay. Before we begin a lesson, I want to share something. I think about nearly 2 weeks I don't streaming my English show. Let me correct. About 1 week ago, and that reason my mouth feel hard for speaking. In this morning, I try to wake up early for recording my video. I don't using alarm for waking up me. I let my self wake up naturally, and sometimes because in evening I usually dreaming, but my son go to school recently because after the Lunar New Year and COVID-19, the school closed, and when school open again, but my son don't want to school because just a little friend go to school and he feel lazy go to school. That reason I let him stay at home with me. When he stay at home with me at the night, at evening, at the night, at night, I can go in the other room, go to my room for dreaming. But when he goes to school, a day, and a night, he always follow me. That reason I don't have time to record my voice. Make a trimming. It's my sharing, and now I will to sharing my lesson today. A lesson 8, making and eating dinner and washing up. It's a new vocabulary. Counter, a long, flat surface in a kitchen or bathroom for putting things on. Please don't forget to clean the counter after you wash the dishes. Grocery, food, and drinks that are bought in a store. I accidentally left some the groceries in a car overnight and had to throw away the spoiled milk in the morning to reheat, to heat an oven the correct cooking temperature before placing any food inside the oven to cook. This key recipe say that we should reheat the oven to 4 to 425 degrees to cook in an overview. Dow likes to bake cookies with his children on the weekend. Some friends enjoy my streaming, and I always let my confident video. If you have time, you can come to me. It's a confident video for everyone learning English with me. I'm not a teacher. We just learning English together. Okay, we continue. Sometimes I want to chat my confident video in case someone join in my confident video. Burner, the round part of a stove that produce heat under a pot or pan. Do your stove has gas burners or electric burners? To boil, to be at the point where the liquid that is being heated is very hot and there are bubbles in the liquid. Don't put the eggs in the water until the water boils. To cut a fruit into pieces with a knife. Please chop the carrots so that I can add them to this soup. To stir, to use a spoon to move a quick liquid around in a bowl, or pot. I suppose to stir this soup for 20 minutes without stopping, but my arm is getting tired. To store what does it mean? Store súp ngửa, store. To lightly mix vegetable or fruit in a salad. If you don't toss the salad gently, you will damage the food. Place mat, a rectangular piece of fabric or plastic placed on a table in front of each person to protect the table from hot item or falling piece of food. Look how much food in this play mat.
mat,
mat. It's a good thing we use for the kids. Napkin, a small piece of Paris or soft paper used to clean one's mouth during or after eating. Cloth napkin look nicer than paper napkin. But you have to wash them after meal. To set, 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 set the table, to put plates, napkins, plates, cup, forks, knife, and spoon on the table before a meal, 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 meal. When you set a table, the fork or napkin should be on the left side of the plate or on the plate. And the knife and some spoon should on the right side of the plate. Dining room, a room with a table and chair where people eat meals. We can invite only two guests for dinner because our dinner room is so small. So to do dishes, to wash this dirty plates, cup, fork, knives, spoons, pots, pans, and other things used 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 for food. They always do the dishes together. He washes them and she rinses them up. Leftovers, uneaten food that's shelved for another day. Last night we couldn't eat all oil 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 of kitchen chicken. So today my roommate took the leftover to work for lunch. Tupperware container, a plastic container with a lid that's used for storing uneaten food. Uneaten
uneaten,
food. With Tupperware container are cooked forgettable in. The blue one or green ones, plastic
wrap,
clear thin plastic that's secure to yourself and it is used to cover uneaten food. At a finish, he wrapped wrapped the potato salad in a plastic wrap so that the the flies, the flies wouldn't land in its aluminum foil, a tiny flat piece of aluminum that steer easily and is used to cover an instant food. I often wrap first with aluminum foil before cooking it in the oven. So that it doesn't become too dusty, too rile, too rile, too rile. Okay, we just finished the new vocabulary, and now we begin with the lesson. Welcome to Enlight. That's VN. And let's say that stuff. And there like chap back 8, making dinner, eating dinner, and washing up. I'm your host, Dr. Trung, from Center Elite Life in a beautiful Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, in the Park 7. In this series, we drove home and ran some errands. In this park, we're going to make dinner, which should be very interesting since I am a terrible cook. Let's get started. When I get home, I start on the dinner right away. I clean up the kitchen counter after putting away the groceries and decide to make the pasta. I preheat the oven to 375 to bake the bread and to keep the kitchen hot until my wife gets home. I put some water in a pan, pan and turn the burners on high. When the water starts boiling, I put in the pasta and decide to make a salad. Just then, my wife opens the the park doors and yells, "I'm home." She comes into the kitchen and have to chopping the tomatoes to add the sauce. Sauce. She stirs the sauce until it's done, while I finish tossing the salad. I get out the place mat and napkins to set the table. I also make sure that there is a spoon, knife, fork, pork, pork, and plate for each of us. About 15 minutes later, we sit down. We sit down at the table in a dining room and talk about our long day. My wife say, uh, "She'll, she'll, 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 she'll do dishes since I cooked." But of course, I help out by rinse them. First, I put some of the leftovers in a Tupperware container and some in a lattice wrap and the rest in aluminum foils. Then I write the pen, place, lattice, and silverware. And we have to now we continue with explanation of story. It's help me understand exactly help me understand the man of story talk what about, and I will try to continue. Now nearly about 7 a.m. and I have to about 30 minutes reading for reading. In this episode, we are making dinner at the beginner. When I get home, I start on the dinner right away. Once again, we have one of the doors to work verb in English. I start on dinner. That means I begin to prepare dinner. So I start on the dinner right away. I clean up the kitchen counter after putting away the grocery. The kitchen counter is the place in your kitchen where you have a long, flat stop or board where you can prepare put food and you can put things on. It's like table almost, but usually in a kitchen you have a cabinet or cupboards where you store things, and on the top you have to counter. To counter is a general word that refers to the top, top of something, usually somewhere where you do something on top of it. In this case, the kitchen counter is where you prepare food. Well, I clean up the kitchen counter after I put away the groceries. The groceries plus plurals are the foods that I buy at the markets. We sometimes call a supermarket a grocery store, a place that you buy groceries, buy foods that you bring home and prepare to eating at home. I decided to make a pasta, so I reheat the oven to 375. To reheat really means the same here as to heat. But if you look at the instruction for making food that we would call the recipe for making food usually begins if you are going to cook something in the oven by telling you to reheat the oven. That just means to turn it on so that when you are ready, when it is hot, you can put the food into the cook mean before or to do something before. So reheat the oven to 375. In other words, 374 degree
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. I reheat it because I want to bake the bread and keep the kitchen hot until my wife gets home to bake kitchen, and then I close the door. My wife is going to be home late, so I want to keep the kitchen hot. I want to make sure that it stays hot. I put some water in a pan. A pan is what you use to cook something in. So I put some water in a pan and I turn the burner on high. The burner is on top of what we would call your stoves. Your burners are cooked for cooking foods where you have to heat come from the bottom and you put the pan on top of the heat. So if you are going to boil some water, make the water hot. You would put it in a pan and then put it on the top of a burner, and the burner is part of your stove. Usually, stove and even one machine. One is one single piece in many American kitchen. In the kitchen, the stove is stove of the ovens. I'm I'm going to boil some water. Boil. It means to make the one up very hot until you start to see purple. The average temperature is 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees
Celsius.
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 Celsius. In order, in order to boil water, well, when the water starts boiling, when it starts make the bubble, because it's very hot, I put in the pasta. I take the pasta up the pasta noodles, a little piece of pasta, because those noodles, and I put things into the boiling water so they can cook. Then I decide to make salads because I'm very hungry. Well, just I decide to make the salad. Then my wife opened the back door. Just then, that's a present. Mean that time, at that time, my wife opened the back door, the door to the house in the back. The opposite would be the front door. She yells, "I'm home." That's what you would say when you come home to someone who already there. You would say, "I'm home." You wouldn't say, "I'm arrived" or "I'm here." You would say, "I'm home." My wife come into the kitchen and help to chop the tomato, to chop meat, to cut something into small pieces. We chop tomato, We make them into smaller pieces, and we add them to pasta sauce. That's the rest liquids that we're going to put over the pasta. My wife stir the sauce until it's done. To stir when you are cooking, it means to take spoon and push it into the pan and move the spoon back and forth. We so that are missing that is the pan. So my wife stirring the sauce, the pasta sauce, the tomato sauce until it's done, until it's ready, until it's cooked. While I finish tossing the salad. So she is stirring the sauce, and at that time I'm fishing I'm finishing the salad, and uh, I finish by tossing it. Toss a salad means to mix the salads together. In a salad, you often have lattice, lattice, lattice,
lettuce,
lattice, and maybe a tomatoes, tomatoes. All the food, all the vegetable, and you want to mix them together. Often you put in a dressing. Salad dressing is a liquid made made from some oil that give a better taste, taste, taste
taste,
to your salad. So you toss the salad in order to mix everything up. That verb to toss can also mean to roll, usually to roll something to someone else. Someone maybe talks by me that pen. That means roll me that pen. Whilst I am tossing the salad here, mixing it up, I get up the place mat and napkins to set the table. The place, the mat are things that you put underneath the place and the spoon, fork, and knife so that the table doesn't get dirty. We call those lay mats. They can't be plastic. They can be make out of the clothes, and they are used to protect your table. So I guess how the placemats and napkins to set the table. A napkin is like little towel, towel,
towel,
towel, towel. That's you use. In case you need to swipe, swipe your face while you are eating, you can use your napkin, and it's common in American restaurants, and it's in houses for people to put napkins on those left while they are sitting on the top of their leg, left, left, leg, leg,
leg,
leg, which we would call the lap. On your lap, You put napkin while you are eating. To set a table means to put on the things that you need on the table: plate, spoon, knife, fork, pork, pork, and so forth. That's it. To set the table to make the table ready so you can eat. About 15 minutes after I set the table, my wife and I sit at the table. We sit down at the table in the dining room and talk about our long days. The dining rooms that is the place where you can eat. So dine verbs dine mean to eat. So the dinner room is the rooms in your house where you eat your meals. My wife and I talk about our long days. Means we had many things happen today, and maybe we have very tired. So we had a long days. My wife say she do the dishes. To do dishes mean to the same air to wash the dishes. My wife often to do the dishes because I cook. But of course, since I am wonderful husband, I help out by rising the dishes. To help out mean to same here to help. But if you want to talk about helping another person do something, maybe something that we don't have to do, but you want to be nice, to would say we help them out. So help my wife out by writing the dishes. First, I have to put some the leftovers in a Tupperware container. Um, Leftovers is extra food that you did not eat did did not eat at the end of your dinner. After the end of your meal. If you want to keep some the food, you could you can eat leftover, and it's in this case, I'm going to put the leftovers into a small plastic box that has on the top on it. We call this kind of little box, box, a container. We will refer to this plastic box that we put a Tupperware container. We usually refer to this plastic box that put a Tupperware containers. Tupperware is actually company that make is small plastic containers for food. Even if you don't have a container made by that name, that company, many people just call it a Tupperware. The Tupperware container does mean a plastic box that you can put food into. Well, some of the food I put in a plastic wrap, wrap, wrap,
Wrap.
wrap, wrap, wrap. The plastic wraps is a thin, clean, clear piece of plastic that I put the food into, and we call it a wrap because I put it around something. To wrap something is put something around it. Usually I keep it cold. or to keep it warm, or to keep it fresh. When we are talking about food, we use the same words wrap for putting paper around a reason or a gift that you are giving someone. The paper is called wrapping paper. You can also put in aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is a kind of metal. It's usually a silver color. Foils is like plastic wrap, but it's made from aluminum. It's uh, it's like a long, flat cyst, 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 cyst. You can put around something to cook the food in your refrigerator.
refrigerator, refrigerator,
Refrigerator. Refrigerator.
refrigerator,
Refrigerator. Or in your freezer. Freezer. Where you have even colder temperature. At the end of story, I write the pen, blaze, blackness, and the silver words. The silver remembers a spoon, a knife, fork that use when you eat. Now let's listen the story. This time at a regular speed. When I get home, I start on the dinner right away. I clean up the kitchen counter after putting away the grocery, and I decide to make the pasta. I reheat the oven to 375 to bake the bread and keep the kitchen hot until my wife gets home. I put some water in a pan and turn a burner on high. When the water starts boiling, I put in the pasta and decide to make the salad. Just then, my wife opened the back door and yells, "I'm home." She comes into the kitchen and helps with chopping the tomatoes to add the sauce. She stirs the sauce until it's done, while I tossing the salad. I get out the plate mask and napkin to set the table. I also make sure that there is spoon, knife, fork, and plate for each of us. About 15 minutes later, we sit down at the table in a dining room and talk about our long days. My wife say she's do the dishes since I cook, but of course I help out by rinsing them. First, I put some the leftover in a Tupperware container and some the lattice wrap and the rest in aluminum foil. Then I rise a pan, place lattice and a silverware. Last conclusions part 8 are there like object. In part 9, we talk about relaxing, looking at your mail, and taking out the trash. Okay, uh, today I finished my lesson 8, and I have problem with my confidence. If someone to try to talking to me, you can click on the link in my now It's nearly 7:30. I have to go to market for buy the food for today and buy the food for breakfast. I hope um, everyone have a nice days. Someone to watching me, but they don't. If you want to say something, you can write a comment. Okay, just about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I finish one lesson. I think I have to say goodbye to everyone. See you to next lesson. I don't know exactly what time I will recording or streaming my video because I'm so busy with my business, and but I do try to practice my speaking skill. And in this way, when I practice my speaking skill, I recording my video into the Facebooks and YouTube. For the Facebooks, I want to find more friends, join to my group, and in the YouTube, I want to check my voice because in the YouTube channel, when I finish, YouTube channel have given me the subtitle, subject, or subtitle in my video, and I can checking my voice speaking right or wrong. Okay, bye. See you next lesson.